as entertainers or as people in the entertainment industry, we often have this task to, whether it was the wars or it was the most dire, depressing times of humanity, it was upon us to bring people into cinema halls to escape out of reality for a bit and then have these escape mechanisms. But how often do we tend to turn around and say, these very people in this very industry, almost 90% people in the entertainment industry or who are entertainers are suffering with some form of mental health disease today. And to me, mental health is an umbrella term. I think this is the biggest disease of our society, where we put everything under one label. A rose is a rose, and then we forget about every rose has a different fragrance or a softness to it. We just label it a rose and we forget about it. So I just feel that the same thing is being done to mental health, where everything is being put under this one umbrella, and we're just sort of trying to find an umbrella cure, when to me as a lay human, the most basic thing, the way I understand, I know Dr. Jeffrey tried to explain it in scientific terms, but to me as a lay human, what I understand is, as mental health is the need to be seen, the need to be heard, the need to be acknowledged, and the need to be valued for just my sheer existence. And I think if that's one sankalpa, Dr. James Doty spoke about it, intention, and Kunal said the 4 S's, the Seva, Sangha, Swadharma, and Sadhana. And this is the 5th S, Sankalpa. If we as a group who's gathered here today can make a Sankalpa, Sankalpa means a raw, pure intention, a fully powered intention, powered with Ichha Shakti. Ichha Shakti means the will, the pure will of human spirit that we have. We can empower our Sankalpa with our Ichha Shakti today at this moment. I believe the same thing that happened when Bhagavad Gita came about in the world, when Arjuna was in extreme depression and Krishna recited the whole Bhagavad Gita. That was the birth of Bhagavad Gita. I feel today in this room we have the capacity to birth that healing power once again for something that whole of society and each one of us are sort of dealing with. Who am I? What Kunal mentioned is just an inquiry which came out of my own near-death situation. And I've had losses, deaths, lost my children, lost my dad, a lot of things, near-death situations, and that came out of that inquiry saying, who am I and why am I here? And this whole pressure that the society puts on you of having a definitive purpose, why can we not just exist?
Yeah. So true.
Why do I need to have a definitive purpose? Why is just existence not enough? And that is my inquiry, and as I go deeper into my own answer to who I am, I think a lot of things are unraveling for me, and I will probably reach out to so many of you sitting in this room to help handhold me one more step and one more step, just make this table bigger the way Kunal and Mariam have, to add one more chair to this table and to have me here today. So thank you so much.
For that, Neha, your vulnerability, but also your strength. I know how much you've done behind the scenes. Speaking of behind the scenes, we have so many unsung heroes in the room that we'd like to thank. Some of them don't want to be thanked, but I want to make sure that we recognize some of them and also give them the floor to share a few words of wisdom. I could not personally have done in the last 15 years. 15 years. Wow. You have been in the arena for 15 years. I often call the UN the Hunger Games sometimes because it's hard to get in, and then you get up and you feel like a victor because you've done something like this. This is a beginning, but it's a victory for us as human beings to begin something that's much larger than us. It should be much larger than us. This table should break. This is a new night's table, not the old night's table. It should become so big that there's no need for a table anymore. Existence should be our only hope. Every life should matter as a spiritual life, not as one of purpose-driven leaders and how big am I? And my God, you kids, my poor thing. The Gen Z, totally different world. They've engineered a narcissistic society. We have literally taken social media to the next level of You do not matter if you do not have followers. Great leaders don't create just followers, we create other leaders. That's what I see in this room. Unbelievable leaders that are committed to creating more exponential leadership. And to me, you know, Laura, Kamran, Mariam, Madam Trudeau, Dale, Ryan, Sophie, Gregoire, I'm learning, Jody, Rishabh, you know, Eduardo, Lisa, daughter, Lila. You know, Neha, of course, Dr. Saluja, Impana, all of you, Anna, miraculous woman, Dr. Lieberman, I mean everyone, Paul Dalio, everyone in this room, Martin, and your partner Max, you're doing unbelievable work at the intersection of making the impossible possible, using the app. I mean, although his name right now is Shabina, you know, you're doing amazing work, Chad, at the intersection of Supermind, right? Chad Olin is doing unbelievable work there too. And then Tejpal is going from inner space to outer space. There's so many people here that we need to thank. I want to make sure that, you know, I give some of you the floor. I'm going to start with Paul Meyer. I'd love to give Paul Meyer this floor because, Paul, you've done some amazing work, you know, in this field. And I'd love for you to share a short, you know, a thought or two as a statement of what's most important to you here and now.